welcome to my daily nature journaling video. Hopefully a video for inspiring love of the natural world. And so I'm continuing with my exploration inspired by John O'Donohue and the great poet. And I just wanted to read you a little bit from his Anamkara. To the loving eye, everything is real. This art of love is neither sentimental nor naive. Such love is the greatest criterion of truth, celebration, and reality. If we could look at the world in a loving way, then the world would rise up before us, full of invitation, possibility, and depth. Thank you, John O'Donohue, for those beautiful words. And I think approaching the world with love and an open heart is part of my practice of nature journaling. So for our writing prompt today, I often like to have an invitation for nature writing as well as a little sketching practice. Yesterday, I had a bouquet of leaves that I had picked up off the ground. Some are starting to fall, even though it's only August. And I had this bouquet of leaves that I was going to bring to class and sketch the different leaves. And I looked down and there was a cricket on them, and I was surprised and taken aback and kind of like, whoa. And then I had this moment of like instinctual kind of fear. And then I felt this overwhelming love for the cricket and desire to place him or her lovingly back into the grass where I had picked that poor unsuspecting friend up from. So, can you choose something in the environment? Doesn't have to be something that is like off-putting to you, but it could be, you know, if insects scare you, or spiders or snakes. Can you write about that being from a loving perspective and see if anything changes? So take a minute to explore that, or maybe you just explore something that is neutral to you, or something that you enjoy. And how does approaching it or thinking about it or writing about it from a loving perspective change anything for you, or does it? So what do you notice? What do you become aware of? These are practices that we are doing. We're working on awareness practice as we nature journal. So give it a try. Give yourself a couple of minutes. Pause the video and come back, and we'll go from there. Okay, I chose to write a little about the cricket I encountered. As I explained, it was not a loving interaction in the first moment. So here we go. Cricket. I was scared, maybe initially horrified, or even disgusted coming so close to an insect. And that was the first nanosecond of our interaction. And then I breathed and took you in. Your delicate antennae, gossamer thin, your green luminosity. You seem lit from within, and you are with life force. Your inquisitive movements, your utter differentness, And then my 2 minutes was up. But yeah, this, the utter, like, vulnerability and, you know, just the life right there. That's a life too. So, as we transition to our sketching prompt, what does it mean to draw something from a place of love, a loving heart space and openness? And so I thought, I think I'll draw some of these mushrooms over here. So I'm going to draw some mushrooms from a loving space. So I'm going to take a look at these mushrooms, and I'm going to draw them from a loving heart space. And so for me, that means just kind of seeing their delicacy, their beauty, their life force. So, and they're in a beautiful lines and forms. So there's kind of like and the more you look, you can see there's like interesting like striations all along here. It's like terrain. So I'm just going to indicate that a little bit. And somehow indicate this. I can't even see the bottom of it. It's kind of folded over. This is kind of... It's like a seashell almost. Like the more I look at it, the more I experience it, and the more you can appreciate it. You know, mushrooms or fungus tend to be things that can kind of like disgust us, like give us a disgust response a little bit. And so how do we really open to that and just see it in a different way as another part of our world? And it's really very cool looking. They're kind of nestled together here sort of sweetly, and I can't see the stems at all, so it's kind of an interesting perspective too. Like I know the stems are there, but this one's kind of, and then the grass is kind of growing here, and I can't, there's one hiding behind there's different grass kind of coming out, and there's one. So for me, looking at it like this, it's almost like a tenderness for it too, just like this too, as Tara Brock says, as well as a yoga instructor that I used to take classes from. So this too, mushrooms, beautiful too. See you tomorrow.